13 News Now is following breaking news. Just hours ago, the Pentagon confirmed 2 suicide explosions went off outside of an airport in Kabul. The White House press secretary confirms 13 people killed and more than a dozen people injured.
And a number of those include Americans. And this comes as the U.S. Embassy in Kabul warned Americans not to go to the airport, citing a terror threat.
ABC's Elizabeth Schulze has the latest from Washington.
Amid heightened terror threats in Afghanistan, 2 explosions outside the Kabul airport. A source telling ABC News one was a suicide attack followed by gunfire outside one of the gates at the airport. The other at or near the Baron Hotel near that same gate. It's unclear who fired on who. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says casualties are unclear at this time. President Biden has been briefed on the situation. The explosion comes after the U.S. Embassy in Kabul told Americans at the airport gates Wednesday night to leave immediately and to be aware of your surroundings at all times, especially in large crowds, because of fears of an ISIS-affiliated attack.
Being part of these huge crowds that remain around the gates and entrances to the airport is dangerous. We're obviously concerned about our own people as well.
The acting U.S. ambassador to Afghanistan telling GMA Americans will be evacuated on an individualized basis. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says as many as 1,500 American citizens could still be in Afghanistan and insists those who want to leave will be able to.
There is no deadline on our work to help any remaining American citizens who decide they want to leave to do so, along with the many Afghans who have stood by us over these many years.
But it's unclear how Americans or Afghan allies will be evacuated after U.S. forces leave August 31st. Thousands of Afghans who helped the U.S. and their families are now facing that grim reality that they'll be left behind. A woman who worked on a U.S. mission sending this message to ABC News.
They will leave us behind, and I don't think anybody will come for helping us.
The U.S. Embassy says all of its diplomats in Kabul are safe and accounted for. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
And we will be following any new developments and bring you those updates live as we hear them.